here's a weird one because we were just talking about my dream about Pesado and Snickers visiting Dave. I do think it was like symbolical of maybe Pesado's in the transitioning phase, which could go on for what, 6 months, like, who knows? But I do think it was saying that, like, Pesado will be joining Dave and Snickers and Dave's brother, who I didn't see, but Dave was saying, like, his brother's bed was around the corner. So, like, his brother was there. I could sense his brother, but he wasn't right there with Dave and Snickers and Pesado. But, so I just picked up Lily, and it is, today is Friday, March 15th, so we'll, like, timestamp this one. And we leave the daycare place, and we walk outside, and it's, like, raining, so I'm trying to hurry to the car. Lily stops, and she starts calling Pesado, and she's, like, looking, and she's like, "Don't? Pada? Don't?" And she's, like, doing the clapping thing, and she's, like, clapping her thigh, which is, like, what she does for Pesado. She does it when she, like, calls him and talks to him. And she does it, and she's, like, very clearly, like, staring. And I was like, no. I was like, "Oh, are you calling Pesado?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, he's not in the car right now." And I'm like, she's not even looking at the car. She is looking, like, elsewhere. And I do know that babies are very connected to spirit. So she looks that way, and then she turns around and she looks the other direction. And she is very clearly calling for Pesado. And she's like, "Look at, don't. And she's, like, doing the clapping on the thigh. She's like multiple times. And I was like, huh. And I was like, I'm not going to tell her that he's not here because she could be sensing something that I'm not. So maybe it's, like, that close to transitioning that she was for sure calling him, like, and I know babies are, like, incredibly, kids are very connected spiritually to the ethers, to the other world. They're still very much in La La Land until, sorry, Steve just messaged me. Part of me wants to read it, but I'm driving, so it can wait. Kids are very still connected, like, to the ethers, to spirit, to, like, the other side until they're, like, 8-ish. And I've seen the difference of Hobbs, who is still very much in La La Land, very connected, very, like, and I know he was so connected. I think I've talked about this. When he was Lily's age, from about the time he was 1 and he could, like, start talking to the time that he was, like, 2 or 3, he would go outside. He'd be like, "Hi, hello, hi." Me being like, who is he saying hi to? And I would actually be like, "Oh, hi, oh, hey, hi," and I would just go along with it because he very clearly is seeing somebody. I'm just not. And Callie would be like, Callie still wasn't, even though she's only 3 years older than him, she was already, like, disconnected to, like, the spirit. Like, I think he's more connected to spirit because Callie never did anything like that. She gets visits from people on the other side, from, like, Dave's brother, Dave's great-grandma, my grandma Rose, her great-grandma Rose. She gets visits from them, and we'll talk about how they came and visited her from Snickers, how they visit her at night. So cops, though, would very clearly be seeing people, and I just would go along with it. But Callie, who was 3 years older, was like 4 or 5, was like, there's no one there, Mom. Like, do you see somebody? So I told her, I was like, I'm just going to go along with it, because he very clearly is seeing somebody. Well, Lily was just very clearly seeing Pesado. Very clearly seeing, like, looking at him, calling him. She was, like, kind of barking at him. And I was like, huh. So this will be, I'll note this one, timestamp it, upload this one to YouTube, and see how this all plays out.